Hi there. Welcome back to Being Your Ray. It has been a while since I've last recorded an episode, and you might not notice it because I'm not uploading them in real time. But yeah, it has been like more than 2 weeks or so since I've last recorded something. And I knew that was kind of going to happen based on all the situations that I'll be going through during this phase. But yeah, I'm doing much better now. So I thought I'll just come up and share my thoughts about things I'm learning that I find interesting and get back on track, hopefully. Yeah, I don't want to lose this momentum or whatever this is that I'm building. I don't have like words to describe it. But anyway, leaving all of that aside, I started watching Mahabharat, Star Plus Wala, specifically because I saw this interview of Siddharth Tiwari, who's the creator, the writer, director of Mahabharat, जो Star Plus पे आता था. There are more writers as well. There's a huge team behind it, apparently, which I had no idea about. But yeah, they've done a fab job at the whole thing. But the specific interview which compelled me to watch the show was with the director and the creator himself, and the amount of things that he has gone through to bring this show to us is crazy. Like 5 to 6 years just went in casting and making things like just the basic things वो सही करने में चली गई, and they had so many problems throughout that phase, like they were not getting financiers, and then the like Star Plus was not going to क्या बोलते हैं उनका शो आगे नहीं बढ़ने वाला था, लाइक इट वाज नॉट गोइंग टू एयर ऑन टीवी, ऐसा कुछ हो इशू आ गया था एंड मोमेंट पे. सो there's this one point where Siddharth Tiwari, who's the creator of Mahabharat, he meets Star Plus ke head. I don't remember their name, but he tells them that no, you'll not find anyone in the world making better Mahabharat than me after all of the chaos happens कि नई शो होने वाला है and stuff like that. And that one sentence, I think, changed a lot of things. And that was because of the amount of faith he had in what he was doing and the utter confidence. Like he was fearless about the whole thing, no matter how long it took, no matter how many problems they came across. He was just at it. Like this was the thing he was living and breathing. And he totally believed that good work will get its recognition. And he just wanted to like give it his all, and that's what he did even when he did not see any results for, and that for like 5 to 6 years with the amount of, yeah, you need some level of क्या बोलते हैं faith and devotion in your journey to get till there, that point when everyone around you is like, पहली बात तो he was very new to the thing, so he wasn't sure if क्या बोल नहीं, not him, like people around him were like कि you haven't done a project like this before, and like how can we trust you. And पहले भी there have been times where people have tried to create Mahabharat, but it has not turned out well. So yeah, no one really wanted to trust in him, so that was an issue. And then budget related issues kept coming up, and something or the other was happening जिसकी वजह से बहुत ज़्यादा डिले हो गया. जबकि राइटिंग पार्ट और वो सब हो चुका था डिसाइड, कास्टिंग भी डिसाइड हो चुकी थी 1-1 2-2 साल तक, बट the show was just not happening. And yeah, he just says that थे शायद स्टार्ट में कुछ टेस्ट वगैरह आए होंगे देख टू टेस्ट हिज रिजॉल्व कि ये चीज सच में करनी है कि नहीं, एंड टेकिंग अप सच अ बिग टास्क. बट या एट द एंड वी नो हाउ it all happened. He was called on by the Star Plus head, and they were like, "You've said that तुम सच्ची महाभारत कोई नहीं बनाने वाला, so let's take that ahead. What do you want? Let us know." And he was like, "I need a better budget because if we want to make create history and create something really good, we'll have to do it well." So yeah, and the rest is history. everything worked out well. But for someone like me who really resonates with causes like this and wants to bring voice to spirituality or just things that I consider important in life, I know that even if it takes time, good work will not get क्या बोलते हैं it will get its due credit whenever it has to. But you just तुम्हारे हाथ में काम करना है तो तुम काम करने पे ध्यान दो. That is the best thing that I got out of it, and it came to me at the right time. I was so drained by all that was happening, and I just felt like my dreams are something different, the life I envisioned for myself is something different, and somehow I just feel like I'm not able to make it happen, and I don't know if I will be able to get there at all. And then I watched this interview and it changes my perspective completely, and I'm just like, if he can keep going at it for 5, 6, 7 years, I'm just a beginner. I'm just starting right now. And he mentions two words, love and faith, that was with him throughout his journey. And that's how I feel every time I am talking something about my spiritual journey or the things that I want to bring to the world and the habits that I'm so passionate about meditating, reading, writing, or talking about these topics. It really comes from a place of love and the faith I have in it. So it was like a nice reminder कि नहीं, you have to keep going at it, and love and faith can only make you do that. और कोई चीज़ से वो चीज़ शायद पॉसिबल ना हो, but when your pillars are love and faith, it just happens. That's all that you need. So, yeah, I was so happy to listen to everything that he had to say and his initial struggles. Like, he only earned like 8,000 per month. He was working in an advertising agency with 10, living with the people, with a set of 10 people in the same room, like the quintessential things that we have always heard. But it all, whenever it comes to like rags to riches wala story, to me, I even if Matlab, I can see when people are okay with the struggle, they don't even call it a struggle. For them, there's beauty in the struggle as well, because that is what they've chosen for themselves. Hak se, and it is not because someone has told them to do this or they need to do it. It is something they really wanted to do, and all that they have dreamt of or all that they have seen themselves, तो उसके लिए कुछ भी करना पड़ेगा, कर लेंगे वो, क्योंकि वो अंदर से ही आ रहा है. बट एट द सेम टाइम, इफ यू आर टोल्ड टू डू समथिंग एंड इफ यू आर जस्ट डूइंग इट आउट ऑफ मजबूरी या फिर ऐसा कुछ, तो उसका एनर्जी अलग रहता है. देन इट डज नॉट कम फ्रॉम अ प्लेस ऑफ या लेट्स गो अहेड, एंड फिर वो स्ट्रगल लगता है. बट व्हेन यू आर डूइंग इट आउट ऑफ योर ओन चॉइस, I don't think then it feels like a struggle. It feels like a part of the journey and something you are grateful for. So, yeah, changed my perspective on a lot of things. I loved it all. So, I have gotten into Mahabharat, and I was also thinking that I always wanted to read Paramahansa Yogananda's version of Mahabharat. Like, he has written his take on it, and I never really got around reading it, but I felt like now that I have the time to, I just want to go all in because I was very interested into it and everything was so intriguing. Like ऊपर ऊपर से मुझे story पता था, but I never really dived deeper into it, right? So yeah, I started watching the show, and side by side I was also reading Paramahansa Yogananda's version of it. And oh my god, it has blown my mind. एक तो the show में every time Krishna comes, I'm just like, yeah, let's go, wisdom nuggets all the time. And वो तो that is a completely different experience. पहली बात तो I will suggest you to read and watch both for yourself, because I cannot do justice to that epic saga and to everything that is covered. बहुत ज़्यादा लंबा चौड़ा है, तो obviously, and I'm also not the best person to talk about it. बट या जितना थोड़ा बहुत मैंने पढ़ा है, समझा है, वो मैं आके बोलना चाहती हूँ, तो दैट आई विल डू and hopefully force you to watch it for yourself and read it for yourself as well. But I was reading Paramans Yogananda ka version of it, and he has literally हर चीज का सिंबॉलिक मीनिंग तुम्हारी लाइफ को लेके और एनालॉजी इतनी सुंदर तरीके से उन्होंने लिखा है कि एंड सिंबॉलिक आई डोंट मीन लाइक स्टोरीज से जो तुम्हें मॉरल्स मिल रहे हैं, वो तो है ही, बट अबाउट एवरी कैरेक्टर. सो फॉर एग्जाम्पल धृतराष्ट्र, ही इज अ ब्लाइंड पर्सन. तो धृतराष्ट्र का कैरेक्टर इज सिंबॉलिक ऑफ माइंड, आर माइंड हु इज ब्लाइंड एंड हु डज नॉट हैव बुद्धि. लाइक हमारी हमारा दिमाग इज लाइक अ वाइल्ड हॉर्स एंड हमें उसको कंट्रोल करने आना चाहिए, बिकॉज विदाउट बुद्धि माइंड विच इज आउट ऑफ कंट्रोल वो अपने सेंसेस की तरफ ही जाएगा. योर सेंसेस विच आर टच, टेस्ट, स्मेल, ऑल ऑफ दैट. तो वो अगर तुम्हारा उस पे कंट्रोल नहीं है, तो इट विल ऑलवेज टेक यू इन द रॉन्ग डायरेक्शन, बिकॉज इट्स ब्लाइंड, इट डज नॉट नो हाउ टू डिफरेंशिएट बिटवीन राइट एंड रॉन्ग. सो दैट इज धृतराष्ट्र. फिर धृतराष्ट्र के जो 100 पुत्र है आर ऑल्सो, उनके भी इतने सिंबोलिज्म्स है कि लाइक दीज आर द कैरेक्टर्स दैट यू हैव टू, क्या बोलते हैं, अवॉइड इन योर लाइफ. सो वो सारे 100 क्वालिटीज लिखे हुए लिटरली, लाइक ईगो, ग्रीड, जेलसी, बीइंग मीन टू अदर्स. ऐसे-ऐसे छोटे-छोटे करके 100 चीज़ें हैं कि दीज़ आर सिम्बोलिज़म्स ऑफ धृतराष्ट्र के पुत्र एंड दोज़ आर द थिंग्स दैट यू हैव टू ओवरकम इन योर लाइफ. सो ऐसे करके पांडवास के भी सारे सिम्बोलिज़म्स हैं. लाइक युधिष्ठिर इज़ सिम्बॉलिक ऑफ कामनेस. आई थिंक या मुझे एग्ज़ैक्ट सबके याद नहीं है, बट इट इज़ लाइक ऑल द पॉज़िटिव क्वालिटीज़ ऑफ ईच पांडवास वो भी मेंशन किए हुए हैं. So yeah, wisdom to be able to live from a place of peace and उसको क्या बोलते हैं, to be able to resist evil. ऐसे काफ़ी छोटी-छोटी न्यूएंसेस थे दैट आई हैड कंप्लीटली मिस्ड आउट कि वो स्टोरी तो है ही, बट उसके एक-एक कैरेक्टर का भी इतना ज़्यादा सिंबोलिज़्म है जो तुम्हें अपनी लाइफ में लाना है. सो दैट्स दिस वन पार्ट वेयर ऑफ कोर्स द गेम ऑफ डाइस, शगुनी मामा दैट वी ऑल नो, उसका उन्होंने जो सिंबोलिज़्म दिया है, आई लव्ड इट. सो द गेम ऑफ डाइस इज़ कंपेयर्ड टू माया और डिल्यूजन दैट वी गो थ्रू इन आवर लाइफ. And he mentions how every single one of us has to fight this game. तो हमारे अंदर दोनों क्वालिटीज है, कौरवास और पांडवास की. कौरवास की इविल क्वालिटीज है और पांडवास की पॉजिटिव क्वालिटीज है. तो हमें कॉन्स्टेंटली चूज करना है दोनों के बीच में. देर इज अ बैटल विद इन अस एंड वी नीड टू कीप चूजिंग द पॉजिटिव वंस टिल द इविल इज completely eradicated from our lives. So the game of dice is compared to Maya that we go through. एंड उसमें ऐसे बताया है कि जैसे तुम माया के पकड़ में आ जाते हो, जब तुम वो गेम में फँस जाते हो, डाइस के गेम में, तो यू विल गिव अप एवरीथिंग. लाइक युधिष्ठिर गिव अप हिज किंगडम, हिज वाइफ, हिज एवरीथिंग. वैसे तुम भी तुम्हारा पैसा इसके ऊपर ये डाल दोगे, तुम्हारा जो सोल पावर है, जो तुम्हारी डिवाइन क्वालिटीज़ है, तुम्हारा पीस है, काम है, वो सब तुम गिव अप कर दोगे इस गेम में, माया के जाल में. एवरीथिंग विल गो अवे एंड देन वो जो 12 साल का वनवास और एक्साइल, व्हाट इज़ इट कॉल्ड? द सेम थिंग. देन दे हैड टू गो थ्रू दैट होल प्लेस क्योंकि सब कुछ खो दिया था उन्होंने. देन द इविल्स वन, the Kauravas won, and then it took 12 years for them to cultivate the right qualities. So it is said in the book, this is what Paramahansa Yogananda has written, like 12 साल लगते हैं तुम्हें पूरी तरह से प्योर होने में, इन योर थॉट्स, एक्शंस, वो एक-एक चीज़ पे काम करने के लिए. 12 साल होने के बाद तब जाके तुम वो ऐसे इविल से पॉजिटिव जो एक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन रहता है, वो पूरी तरह से तुम्हारे अंदर बैठ जाता है. So, yeah, but that can be fastened through Kriya Yoga, and you can like reduce that period of 12 years. पहले मैं डर गई थी कि 12 साल तक कैसे? ऐसे रहोगे इतना बैटल, बट या इट इज नॉट like if you do kriya yoga, that process can be like fastened up as well, but that's a different thing. It blew my mind because मैंने कभी उसको उस तरह से देखा ही नहीं था कि okay, this game of dice is something we are also going through and हम इसके पीछे हमारा सुख चैन सब लुटा दिया हमने, like पैसे फिर आर पीस और जो भी भगवान ने हमें गिफ्ट्स या टैलेंट्स दिए होंगे, सब कुछ हमने गिव अप कर दिया है। वी हैव लाइक we have given it all to Maya by coming under the influence of our mind and senses, which is like Dhritarashtra and the Kauravas and Duryodhan, उनके जो ये है, उनके कंट्रोल में, उनके सेंसेस के कंट्रोल में we have okay, so Dhritarashtra and his sons are compared to mind and the senses. तो yeah, all of those negative qualities उससे compare किया गया है. So, because of Maya and because of your influence of our mind and our senses, we lose everything that is dear to us and that God planned for us. तो एक बार जब तुम पूरी तरह से लूट चुके हो, I don't know how to talk about it in a less dramatic manner, but that actually happens. You give away everything that you have, and then you start this process of going on the right path. तब तुम्हें धीरे-धीरे करके एक-एक चीज़ पे इतना ज़्यादा काम करना पड़ता है, एंड देन देयर कम्स अ पॉइंट जैसे 12 साल बाद उनके साथ हुआ था, एंड दे वर एबल टू स्टैंड बाय द राइट थिंग्स एंड फाइट फॉर इट विदाउट बीइंग इन्फ्लुएंस्ड बाय द नेगेटिविटी, दे वन. सो या दैट इज़ द काइंड ऑफ थिंग दैट वी नीड टू गो थ्रू एज़ वेल, एंड अगर तुम नॉर्मल एवोल्यूशन के तरीके से जाओगे एंड क्या बोलते हैं ट्राइंग टू बी गुड just by yourself, then it can take 12 years, is what was mentioned in the book. But with the help of Kriya Yoga, you can get ahead much faster. So, yeah, Kriya Yoga is something you will know about when you read up more on Paramans Yogananda's writings. And yeah, he has this whole thing, क्या बोलते हैं, form of meditation that you can do, but I'm sure there are other ways to go around it as well. मुझे अभी तक उतना आइडिया नहीं है कि एक ही तरीका फॉलो करना चाहिए कि नहीं. आई फील कि यू शुड बी ओपन टू ऑल द ऑप्शंस, एंड जो भी गुरु या फिर जो भी जिस भी गुरु सॉरी जिस भी टेक्निक को लेके यू फील द मोस्ट inclined to, just keep consistently doing that. तो हाँ, मेरे साथ I was more inclined towards Paramahansa Yogananda's techniques because those were very easy for me and I could see results very quickly. Like जैसा-जैसा बोला जाता था, जैसी-जैसी चीज़ें उन्होंने डिस्क्राइब की है, वो मैं एक्चुअली फ़ील कर पा रही थी आफ्टर माय मेडिटेशंस, व्हिच इज़ व्हाई आई वाज़ एबल टू डू दैट. So, yeah, but there is no hard and fast rule. So don't worry, even if you don't resonate with his techniques, there I'm pretty sure there are many more techniques of meditation and ways that you can go about in your spiritual journey as well. So don't worry at all. But the thing that we need to learn from all of this is कि महाभारत की पूरी स्टोरी में इतने सारे symbolic चीजें हैं that we can apply to our life right now. It's crazy, and the game of dice really opened up my mind. It was like कि oh my god, मुझे नहीं आना है कौरवा के इन्फ्लुएंसेस में, मेरे दिमाग और सेंसेस के इन्फ्लुएंस में, और फिर I don't want to give up all my everything that is dear to me. So I have to be very careful about this whole game. And या वरना सब कुछ लूट जाएगा, फिर 12 साल वेट करो, काम करो अपनी स्पिरिचुअलिटी पे, तब जाके जीत मिलेगी. सो yeah, and I have very high standards for my life. I want to live a life full of abundance, full of love, full of क्या बोलते हैं, doing things that I am great at, being at service, and really helping humanity in some way. तो मुझे नहीं चाहिए हल्का वर्जन ऑफ लाइफ, मुझे ठंडा नहीं जीना है. तो या आई एम गोइंग टू ट्राई माय बेस्ट, और ट्राई तो कर ही रहे हैं यार कुछ ना कुछ, किसी चीज को पाने के लिए. सो व्हाई नॉट फॉर द बेस्ट, लाइक एम फॉर द बेस्ट. सो एनीवे, I just, yeah, I'll just let that settle down. And yeah, the whole analogy made me like like 10 times more interested into Mahabharat. So I would love for you to watch and read, specifically also read about it, because it's just wonderful. Your mind, it will blow your mind कि कितनी सारी चीजें हैं जो लोगों को ऐसा लगता है कि हमारी हिस्ट्री है. Also, one thing that I love with Siddharth Tiwari, who's the creator, talks about is Mahabharata is not mythology, it's our history. There was a time when all of this happened, और था ऐसा टाइम जहाँ पे भगवान और इंसान साथ में रहते थे, क्योंकि वो अलग युग था. बट that does not mean कि myth है और ये mythology है. No, it is something that has happened. It's our history. It's not mythology. It's true. So yeah, and there is so much that we can apply in the modern world as well. And I feel the best way to do that is to watch and read about it as much as you can, because I for one had no idea कि वो story का इतना significance है हमारी life में. So yeah, now every time something happens, I'm just like, I am on Pandava's team, and I don't want to fall under the trap of this game that is put up by Kauravas. मुझे नहीं आना अपने दिमाग के कंट्रोल में, मुझे नहीं अपने सेंसेस के कंट्रोल में. Every time my senses lure me towards, let's call money or food, फिर बाद में fragrances, I think, हाँ, nose का वो हो गया, फिर स्पीच, हेट स्पीच, और ये क्या रहता है सुनने के लिए, हाँ, वो वाले सेंसेस के लिए, हाँ, एनीथिंग दैट इज, इन शॉर्ट, नॉट कंज्यूमिंग द काइंड ऑफ स्टफ दैट is sensational and gives food to my senses in the wrong way, but taking back control in my hands, developing my buddhi, using my buddhi or intelligence so that my mind can be under my control, my senses can be under my control, and then I can look forward to the good side of everything, the Pandava side of everything. And that is like the kind of food I consume should be sattvic, the kind of people I come across should be happy and uplifting, the kind of things I hear should be life enriching, the kind of movies and books I read, everything that I consume, जो मेरे ऐसे yeah, that should be pure and feel good sort of a thing. So yeah, anyway, there's always this choice, and we need to constantly differ between the two. And yeah, that's the one question I'm always going to ask myself. Am I making a decision out of being under the influence of my mind, my senses, or am I doing it under the influence of my buddhi, my intelligence, my consciousness? और मेरी बुद्धि डेवलप करने के लिए क्या चीजें कर रही हूँ मैं? I am able to do that by reading and by meditating. Those are like two of my most, क्या बोलते हैं, sought after ways to grow spiritually. So that's what I focus on. And yeah, but I feel कुछ भी नहीं कर पा रहे हो ना, तो एटलीस्ट 10 मिनट तो मेडिटेट करना चाहिए. इवन इफ यू आर नॉट रीडिंग, इट इज फाइन. यू विल, द मोस्ट इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग इज टू कम into that state of consciousness, एंड मेडिटेशन रियली हेल्प्स विद दैट. तुम्हारा जब तुम उस स्टेट पे पहुंच जाते हो, वहां से सही चीजें करना बहुत इजी हो जाता है. लाइक आई डोंट हैव टू थिंक बिफोर डूइंग राइट थिंग्स, बिकॉज मैंने अपना जो डिफ़ॉल्ट स्टेट है वही इतना अच्छा कर दिया है. सो मेडिटेशन इज़ लाइक चेंजिंग योर डिफ़ॉल्ट स्टेट एंड ब्रिंगिंग अप टू अ हायर वन every single day. So yeah, I don't think even reading is enough. So anything, any action that changes your default state, like your habits are very powerful, your meditations are very powerful, because उससे तुम्हारा default state change हो रहा है. Reading helps, but I think for personally, if it wasn't for meditation, मैं शायद सिर्फ नॉलेज गेन करके वो डेप्थ समझ नहीं पाती। अभी मैं समझ पाती हूँ बिकॉज़ आई हैव बीन एबल टू एक्सपीरियंस इट। सो इट इज़ इम्पोर्टेंट दैट यू रीड एंड एक्सपीरियंस एंड पुट इट इंटू एक्शन, दोनों चीज़ें करो साथ में। तब जाके तुम्हें उसका रियल एसेंस दिखेगा अपनी लाइफ में। सो एनीवे, दैट्स ऑल फॉर टुडे। If you made it this far, thank you so much for listening. I'll see you in the next one. Hopefully, it will be something Mahabharat related only, but I'm in that phase right now. So let's do it. And anyone who's watched Mahabharat is obsessed about it, loves it, I would love to chat with you and have discussions on it. So, yeah, that's that. I should have mentioned I'll see you in the next one right now, but ठीक है कोई नहीं, you get it. I end up talking more than I think I will. So, all right, that's it. Have a great day, night, whatever it is for you when you're listening this. And yep, bye bye.